Cam Skattebo. It's a name that everyone here in Northern California is familiar with, from his high school days where he literally ran over opponents while at Rio Linda, to his college years at Sac State where he rushed like a man possessed, and then to Arizona State where he put the whole world on notice and created highlights that made you say, good God. Skattebo encompasses everything you'd want in a running back, and soon an NFL team will find that out. Now, I had a chance to catch up with Skattebo's high school coach, who knew he was always destined for greatness.
He just ran so hard all the time and blocked so viciously all the time. And it was just, you'd stand back and watch, and the coaches, we would talk, and it's just like, man, this isn't normal.
At what point when you started coaching him, or at what point when he was here, did you realize, oh, this kid is special?
Well, I always tell this story. It was the first day of spring ball, and with us, it's, obviously no shoulder pads, no helmets. And it was a sophomore year. It was my first day as the head coach out here. And we were doing a drill, and it was some kind of sprint drill, T drill, change of directions, whatever. And just his response to being beat by somebody was like, no, we're doing that again, and we're doing that again. And that's exactly what he was all the time in practice. And I went home that night and told my wife, I said, she asked me how it went. I said, we have the most competitive person I think I've ever been around.
To the NFL team out there that does end up drafting Cam Skattebo, what is that NFL team getting?
Oh, they're getting a dog. I mean, I know that's the term that everybody likes to use, but going back to it, you're not going to realize exactly what kind of dog he is until you actually are around him every single day, because it's literally one of those things where every day he does something and you go, there's nobody else out here that can do that. Now, at the NFL level, there's going to be a lot of guys that can do all that stuff, so that's a different story. But his thing is his work ethic, his toughness, all that kind of stuff. It's the perfect recipe for having a successful career. I mean, it's what he's made for. It's what he's always wanted to do. It's in his blood. It's in his heart. So he'll make it happen. I have no doubt.
I'm sure he will. Now, what is something about Cam that you can tell us that maybe no one knows about him?
Man, that's a good one. His ability to connect with younger people, kids, like especially young kids, outstanding. I mean, he's truly that kind of guy that, if he walks out after a game and there's 50 kids standing there, he's going to sign 50 autographs. And that's just what he is. And he'll do it, and he'll do it with a smile on his face, and never have any regret. It won't be the, I got to go, kid, like that kind of thing. That's just not what he does. So that's something special about him. He's got that soft side to him, and the human being side that I think sometimes gets lost in athletes that play like he does. You think they're more like a machine or something like that, and he's very much the opposite of that when he doesn't have his pads and his helmet on.
Such a great guy. Now, Cam is projected to go anywhere between rounds 3 through 6, but then again, you never know. Obviously, whichever team gets Skattebo is getting a dog, a beast, and someone who is going to wreak havoc on the gridiron, that's for sure.
Yeah, a lot of people have talked about this draft and said, maybe it's not a superstar-studded draft, but there are a lot of really, really good players that can start on any team, and Skattebo feels like he's going to be one of those guys that's taken in the later rounds that people know of from his time at Arizona State, but then once he actually gets into your practice squad or gets onto the field during training camp, he's going to start to turn some heads really quickly. And I've seen firsthand how he will run through people. So some guys are going to get shocked by lining up against Cam Skattebo in some NFL team.
Yeah, or get their helmets rocked from Skattebo, one or the other. Now,